Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only Anime Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the powers of Shadow Monarch. So, yeah, guys, hopefully, you guys enjoyed the previous part of this series, and if you guys have not seen it, please, guys, check it out. You guys will definitely like it. So, yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be really helpful to me. And yeah guys, I would like to tell you about my new TikTok account. The link is in the description below where I have uploaded some videos, and in the future I will upload Naruto related animated stories on that channel as well. So yeah guys, watch it and hopefully you guys will like it. So without any further ado, let us start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto finally decided to show his true power towards Konoha and decided to take the other bijus that were present in Konoha, shocking all the cages after realizing that this kind of power only belonged to the only person who took away their former companions who were no longer there. They were in utter shock and anger as they tried to stop Naruto, but Naruto simply backhanded the Raikage and took the 8 tail from Killer Bee and even took away the 4 and 5 tails even when they were already transformed. But Naruto's speed was simply too much. Even Minato with Flying Raijin was unable to keep up with him, but Naruto simply told him that in one day he will come back. In this time, they should bring out their best people and their best shinobi. After that, Naruto decided to pay a visit to the Gadomazo, which was present in the Rain village, while in the Akatsuki, since they have lost Obito as well as the Black Zetsu, they were in utter shock. After all, this was their own information channel, so they have to do a lot of hard work to get the information. Mainly Sasori's spy network has to work even further to get all the information which they required. While on the other hand, they finally got the news that how one person has already gathered all the nine-tailed beasts and they were pretty angry about it. But this was also the opportunity. But before Pain could say anything, Naruto has already arrived in the Rain village, shocking Pain and the Akatsuki members as Naruto simply makes some of the clones to handle the Akatsuki members who were not that powerful to begin with, as Naruto simply took care of Pain even when he tried to use the planetary devastation technique to seal away Naruto, but Naruto simply destroyed it using a single clone, while on the other hand Naruto too made all the Akatsuki members his new soldiers, while on the other hand Naruto could already feel it. He has already revived the Ten Tails, but to his surprise, since Ten Tails is actually just a tree, a living being, therefore Naruto had the power to revive it and he made a new plan. He will use the Ten Tails to absorb the power of the other planets and increase his power even further. He do not require the chakra fruit. After all, the Ten Tails power belonged to him and his power belonged to the Ten Tails. They were in a mutual relationship. While on the other hand, Naruto could already feel it. Two people were spying on him. These were none other than Hagoromo Utsutsuki and Hamura Utsutsuki, the sage of the Sixth Path, and his brother. As they finally decided to show themselves, they were ready to seal Naruto away once again. After all, he has taken the power of the Ten Tails as well as the power of Ashura and Indra. So Hagoromo and his brother had to intervene by themselves as Naruto decided to have a bit of fun with them. After absorbing the power of the monarchs, the power of the Ten Tails, and the power of chakra, his power was truly something else. Even when both of them tried to use all of their power, they didn't even have the power to make Naruto move a single inch from the ground where he was standing, as Naruto gave a thorough beating to Hagoromo and Hamura and made them his soldiers as well. As afterward, Naruto decided to go meet his future bride, which was none other than Kaguya Utsutsuki. As you still remember, long ago when he had a battle with her, she was really powerful, but in the end of the day, they had to make a agreement not to interfere with each other because of her power. They were unable to do anything to her. But now Naruto was simply too powerful and it was time for him to release his bride from the moon. And just like that, Naruto finally arrived to the ceiling place and shattered the moon into pieces and freed Kaguya. So yeah guys, that was the last part of the series. If you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. And now we are looking towards Naruto as Naruto stopped the attack of Kaguya when she tried to attack him, as Kaguya tried to jump back but Naruto was already upon her her. Now then, my dearest, no need for such hostility. After all, you and I are gonna marry soon enough, as Kaguya gritted her teeth. You have gotten stronger, but it doesn't matter. You are not a match for me. As she tried to attack Naruto once again, but Naruto simply made a single gesture. As Kaguya was stopped, something was off. Her powers, they were no longer there. They were already separated from her, and because of her relationship with the Ten Tails, Naruto now have the ability to even control Kaguya as Naruto burst into laughter. Do not worry, my dearest. I'm here with a present. You can call it the bridal price. As Kaguya's eyes narrowed at that, as Naruto snapped his finger, two figures appeared there and knelt in front of Naruto. As Kaguya's eyes widened at that, as pure hatred appeared in her eyes. These were none other than her two unfilial sons. As Naruto said, "What do you think of this bridal price, my dearest?" As he looked towards Hagoromo and Hamura, as Kaguya was furious as she wanted to kill both of them, but then she realized something was off. They are not exactly alive. They are already under the control of Naruto. As she looked towards Naruto with complicated look, as Naruto said, "I have already avenged you, my dearest. So are you not gonna accept my proposal?" As Kaguya grated her teeth, she no longer had her powers and there was little she could do about it. As while on the other hand, in Konoha, as Minato looked towards the gigantic army that was present in front of him, as Minato sighed, he had to do this. After all, as Hokage, it was time for him to pay for his mistakes. And after this battle, he was sure that he would have to abdicate, as he simply sighed at that thought. But they were already ready, and they were sure that Naruto will definitely attack them. He was simply too powerful, and they have to defeat him no matter what. Otherwise, the shinobi world will truly fall. While on the other hand, Kaguya now had a complicated look on her face at the moment she was lying beside Naruto, as they were at the moment in the moon. As Naruto smirked at that, "Do not think too much of it. After all, my future plans, I have already explained it to you. The power of the Ten Tails. I have already absorbed at least 30 planets, and soon enough, I will definitely take care of the Ususuke clan. You no longer have to run from them." As Kaguya grated her teeth at that, she hated the Ususukes who used her like a sacrificial pawn. How many times she sacrificed herself for the so-called production of the chakra fruit, and she truly hated the Ususukes. And if Naruto truly can take care of the Ususuke, then there is no problem. She had to be with Naruto, as Naruto simply smirked at that, giving her a small kiss on the cheek and finally stood up. "I have a appointment to keep. It is time for the shinobi world to be under my rule, just like it always meant to be." As Naruto simply smirked at that, as Naruto finally walked away from the chamber outside, his army was finally present. As Naruto smirked at that, "My army, it is time for you to grace the shinobi world. It is time for them to join you." As Naruto smirked at that, his commanders simply stepped forward, like the figures like Hagoromo, Hamura, and the dragons, as well as Sakumo, Hatake, and the other cage level shinobi like Obito, Uchiha. As Naruto smirked at that, "Obito, did you find the locations?" As Obito simply nodded at that, "My lord, I have already found the location of the previous Kages of the all other villages." As Naruto smirked at that, "At the moment, he do not require them. Soon enough, all the shinobi of the shinobi world will belong to him." As Naruto smirked at that, as Minato was looking towards the other Kages as they were ready, they could already tell that Naruto will arrive, and just like that, that feeling of suppressed power suddenly appeared all over the shinobi world. The sky darkened, and the aura of the Shadow Monarch was completely in display. As Naruto was walking towards the gate of Konoha, in front of him, the barrier could already tell something was off as the signals went off, as Minato's eyes narrowed, as well as the Raikage, Tsuchikage, who were furious, as well as the Kazekage, as all of them disappeared from the room and finally appeared outside of Konoha. Behind them, the army was already present. As Naruto looked towards them, my, such a big army. You really give me a bit of surprise. Well then, I suppose I should make this declaration. All those who want to follow me, put down your weapons, and I will give you a merciful death. Otherwise, well, you know the answer for that." As Minato stepped forward, "Naruto, stop this. If you were to give up, I, as the Hokage, will definitely try to protect you as long as you hand over all the bodies which you have taken from the other villages." As Naruto burst into laughter, "You truly believe that I still require your mercy, dearest father? Well, I have been past that fatherly feeling long ago." As Naruto looked towards Minato with a mocking expression, as Minato closes his eyes, "Naruto, it is my problem that I was unable to raise you right, but as your father, today I will stop you going in the wrong path. As Minato brought out his kunai, as Raikage spoke up, enough Hokage. Now let's kill him. With that, Raikage powered up his lightning armor as Uchikage flown into the air, already prepared the particle style. While on the other hand, just when they were about to attack, the people of the Mist Village suddenly turned on the shinobi of the other villages as they rushed towards them and started to slaughter all the shinobi, shocking all the other Kages. They could not believe their eyes. Why did the Mist Village betray them? Suddenly, a voice was heard. My, did you really thought that we will not react to you people attacking our lord? As Meitoumi, the Mizukage, simply stepped away from the other four Kages as Naruto smirked at that as Meitoumi was beside Naruto, as Naruto simply put his hand on the cheek of Meitoumi. Well, Mizukage, you really gave me a big surprise as Naruto burst into laughter after saying that as Meitoumi simply blushed a little. As you command, my lord. As Naruto smirked at that as he looked towards the other shinobi who were in utter shock and they were at the moment fighting against the Miss Shinobi, but to their surprise they were unable to kill any of the Miss Shinobi as if they were immortals, as if they were made of shadows themselves. As Naruto simply laughed at that as Naruto looked towards them. Well then, father, do not worry, I have a big surprise for you. You shinobis want your loved ones back. Well then, I can tell you that as Shadow Monarch, I am rather merciful. Here, have them. As Naruto snapped his finger as a gigantic hole appeared in the sky. From there, their former loved ones started to appear once after another. A gigantic army of dragons, snakes, and other beings, as well as the former shinobi of Konoha and the other villages appear. When Kakashi saw his own father, White Fang, there, as well as his old friend Uchiha Obito standing there, he was in utter shock, especially looking towards Rin. As Minato was also in utter shock, realizing that what is going on here. As he looked towards Naruto in utter shock. Naruto, what did you do? As Minato screamed towards Naruto as Naruto burst into laughter. Well, I'm just returning what I took from your respective villages. Don't you like it? Well then, you can have them. With that, Naruto casually moved his hand as the shinobis rushed in the direction of the shinobi army. Many of the shinobis of other villages were in utter shock. These were their own loved ones, their brothers, their fathers, their ancestors, even their sons were present in their army, and their morale was already destroyed. Even Kakashi, who was the elite of Konoha, was unable to fight against his own father. Not that he had the power to do so. Sakuma was already at the pinnacle of the Super Kage. He was even stronger than Hashirama and Madara at this point. Because of Naruto's own increased strength, he was able to strengthen his own army as well. So that was the reason how powerful these people are. Several gigantic Susanos appear in the center of the Konoha as they started to rush in the direction of the Uchiha clan and started to destroy everything. Even Fugaku, who activated his third form of Susanoo, was unable to keep up with gigantic forms of perfect Susanos standing there as they were simply crushed. As Minato gritted his teeth as he simply teleported in front of Naruto. You have gone too far, Naruto. As Hokage, I can no longer protect you. You, for the peace of the shinobi world, must die. As Minato threw the kunai and flashed in front of Naruto with the Rasen Shuriken in his hand. But to his surprise, Naruto did not even move as the Rasen Shuriken exploded. As this was a fire-style Rasen Shuriken as a gigantic explosion took place as Minato had already flashed away from the explosion as he looked in the direction as Minato has already activated the Sage mode. Beside him, Jiraiya also arrived. Minato, I do not know what to do about it. My sealing techniques are not working on these people. Something is off. This is different from the Edo Tensei technique. But before Jiraiya could say anything more, a sword suddenly slammed into the chest of Jiraiya as Jiraiya grated his teeth. In the blink of time, he was able to stop the sword going through his body. As Jiraiya looked back to see, it was none other than his old friend Orochimaru who was looking towards Jiraiya. Well, Jiraiya, do not struggle. It is time for you to join us and become a subject to our lord, the Shadow Monarch. As Jiraiya grated his teeth as he glared towards Naruto with pure hatred. You are the evil Naruto. I should have get rid of you earlier. As Naruto smirked at that. Well, you lost your chance. With that, Orochimaru lunged towards Jiraiya as their battle began, but it was completely one-sided. Orochimaru was powered up by Naruto's own power, and he has already absorbed the remnants of his souls, which he has sealed away in the other seals, making him even stronger. He was already in the realm of the Super Kage and catching up to Tsukumo pretty fast thanks to the power of Naruto, while on the other hand, Minato was alone now as he looked towards Naruto, not even a scratch on his body. The fire style Rasen Shuriken was his strongest attack. After all, he has added fire and wind chakra in the same technique of the Rasengan, making it even stronger, almost catching up to the destructive power of a Bijudama. As Minato gritted his teeth, well, Naruto, I never thought that things would come to this, but as your father, I can only say that I am sorry. And as Hokage, I will do my duty to protect Konoha. As Minato started to make hand seals, and just like that, the figure of Shinigami started to appear behind Minato as Minato let out a small tear from his eyes. But I will end you here. With that, Minato pulled the Shinigami to grab the soul of Naruto. As Naruto looked towards the figure of this so-called Shinigami with amusement in his eyes, he remembered it seemed that this was just a remnant power of the monarch of death that was somehow used by the Uzumaki clan to make a sealing ritual. But the Shinigami, who did not have consciousness of his own, lunged towards Naruto, trying to grab Naruto's soul, but Naruto did not even move from there, and Shinigami was a bit confused about it as he was trying to grab the soul, but he was unable to do so. But even his own beings were being absorbed by Naruto as Naruto scoffed towards him. You are just a remnant power of the monarch of death. How dare you try to attack me? I am the king of all monarchs. I possess the power of all the monarchs. And now it is time for you to become one with me again. As the Shinigami let out a roar of pain, and just like that, he was absorbed inside Naruto. As Naruto looked towards Minato, who was in utter shock. As Naruto burst into laughter. Well, father, why don't you look behind to see a great scene as Minato looked back, and to his utter horror, the army collected by the five Kages was already slaughtered, and there were not many people left, even though this was the full power of the other villages, but they were more than 100,000 shinobi, while on the other hand, in Naruto army, they were already around 1 million, and it was simply too easy. Even a perfect Susanoo has the power to walk sideway in the shinobi world, and there were several perfect Susanos there, the dragon race, as well as other summoning creature, and the many Kage level shinobi, even super Kage level shinobis were present there, not to mention the Sage of the Sixth Path and Hamura Utsuki were also present in this arena. As Minato looked towards Naruto, and the light in his eyes has already died down, and a voice was heard. Minato looked back to see that Menma and Mito were already dead, while on the other hand Kushina, who has exhausted her chakra, simply went down as Minato teleported beside her. As Kushina simply looked towards Minato, I'm sorry Minato, we were wrong. As Minato closes his eyes, he could already tell Kushina no longer had any chakra, and her breath has also disappeared. But before Minato could say anything, a sword has already pierced through his heart. Do not worry, my dearest parent, it is time for you to be together. With that, Naruto looked around as all the other shinobis were already taken care of. As not to smirk at that, this was simply too easy and simply too one-sided as Obito appeared. Beside him were the coffins of the previous Kages. As not to smirk at that, now it is time. As his army has already gathered all the shinobis that were present here, as Sakumo finally put the dead body of Kakashi in front of his master. As Naruto simply nodded at that. Now then, arise, my soldiers. Arise, my army. With that, all the shinobis that have died here started to stand up one after another as all of them knelt in front of Naruto as Naruto burst into laughter after saying that he has already conquered the shinobi world. There's no force alive in the shinobi world. Well, there is one pesky person who is keeping an eye on him, but it is time for him to get rid of him as well. As Naruto looked towards Hagoromo and Hamura, as both of them nodded at that and disappeared. While far away, Jigen, one of the Utsuki clan members, was looking towards Naruto from another dimension. He still knows about these monarchs But he was confused. The monarchs were powerful beings in this world. But Kaguya, who was not much stronger than him, was able to take care of them. So he should be able to take care of them as well. But this guy is a bit too powerful. He need to get all of his power. But before Ishiki could think anything more, two figures appeared in his dimension and released gigantic Bijudamas towards him as Ishiki's eyes widened as he quickly transformed into his final stage and tried to stop the attack. The attack was simply too powerful. As the attack went off, the whole dimension shook as Ishiki gritted his teeth as he looked towards these two figures as his eyes widened. You too, as Hagoromo spake up, "My lord summons you, Ishiki." As Ishiki gritted his teeth as he lunged towards Hagoromo and Hamura as the battle began. As the battle went off for some time, but in the end of the day, Ishiki was unable to use all of his power, and Hagoromo and Hamura were powered by Naruto himself. They have already regained their youth and their strength has even increased. After all, Naruto has absorbed the power of 30 planets, and all of it was distributed among his soldiers as well. So they are becoming stronger and stronger. The more Naruto absorbs the power, the stronger he becomes. As they were about to take Ishiki, but Hagoromo noticed something as he looked back, as his eyes narrowed. There is another dimension here, brother. Let's check it out. As Ishiki's eyes widened at that, but he was already defeated as both of them entered in this dimension, and to their surprise, they finally saw a miniature Ten Tails that was present here. As both of them looked towards each other and nodded, and Hagoromo used his Rinnegan to control the Ten Tails, and they finally appear behind Naruto. As Naruto looked towards them, "Did you bring him?" As Hagoromo simply nodded as he threw the defeated form of Ishiki. As Naruto smirked at that, "You know, my wife do not like you, so why don't you just disappear?" After that, Naruto did not even look towards Ishiki again and simply ended his life. As Naruto looked towards him, as Hagoromo speak up, "My lord, we also found a miniature Ten Tails there." As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, he already have a Ten Tails and do not require another one. But he looked towards Ishiki and then towards the Ten Tails, and a new idea came to his mind as he grabbed the dead body of Ishiki and threw it into the mouth of the Ten Tails. Even though the Ten Tails was not fully formed, but the power of a pure-blooded and the main branch Ususuki member was more than enough for it to produce a chakra fruit. As Naruto grabbed the chakra fruit and opened his mouth and ate it, as Naruto's power increased even further. As Naruto looked towards his hand and smirked at that. That was a nice power-up, but compared to the power of the whole planet, it is not that much, as Naruto thought. And now, Naruto sent his other soldiers to invade the realm of the Toads and the Slugs, and soon enough, all of them became the subjects of Naruto, while on the other hand, Naruto looked into the sky. "It is time for me to get rid of those Ususuki members. After all, my wife is still waiting for me." With that, Naruto disappeared as he finally appeared on the moon as Kaguya, who was still lying on the bed as she looked towards Naruto. As Naruto said, "I bring you present." With that, Naruto threw the head of Ishiki towards Kaguya as Kaguya's eyes widened at that. She thought that she had killed Ishiki, but it seemed that he was able to survive somehow. As Naruto said, "Do not worry, I have already sacrificed his other half of his body into the Ten Tails and gotten a bit of chakra fruit as well." As Kaguya nodded at that, as Naruto simply grabbed her chin. "Well then, dearest wife, did you miss me?" As Kaguya blushed a little, as Naruto said, "Do not worry, the shinobi world, I have already conquered it, and even those pesky toads and slugs and snakes have been taken care of. Do not worry, we can rest here for some time. After that, I still have to conquer the Ususuki clan." As Kaguya simply nodded at that, and Naruto simply smirked, and both of them went busy. Now, let us have a bit of time skip in this time. In this time, Naruto was absorbing many planets from the cosmos. He has used the power of the Ten Tails to increase his powers even further. Even his army is becoming stronger and stronger. At this moment, people like Hashirama, Madara, which Naruto had already summoned using his power, and Azuna has already reached to the level of the Sage of Six Paths, if not even becoming even stronger. While on the other hand, the people like Hagoromo and Hamura have reached to the level that they can only dream of in their original life as Naruto. And now, after the time skip of 3 years, as Naruto looked towards Minato, who was kneeling in front of Naruto. "So, all the preparations are ready." As Minato nodded at that, "My lord, we have already located the planet of the Ususuki clan, and we are just waiting for your orders." As Naruto smirked at that, In this time, he was not only busy with the conquering of the shinobi world and training, but he has also met with many of the Ususuki members, which Naruto, after defeating them, had decided to use the revival power of his and combine their power to his own army. And at this moment, Naruto already had 50 other Ususuki members, and combined with his own power, their strength was increasing rapidly. You have to understand something. For the chakra fruit to farm, it required at least 100 years, if not even more. While on the other hand, the Ususuki members are only no more than 1000 members, and even if they get a chakra fruit, they have to give it to the main branch members, and even they do not get too many chakra fruits. Only the king of the Ususuki in his whole life has eaten 20 chakra fruits. That is the reason he is so powerful. Even the elders have not taken more than 10 chakra fruits in their lives, even though they're a lot powerful, but they can actually be taken down. While on the other hand, Naruto was ready. He looked towards his army. He has absorbed more than 100 planets, and at this moment, his army has become so much powerful than they were previously. And it is time for him to launch his campaign to conquer the universe. And first thing he had to take care of were none other than the Ususuki clan. As Naruto looked towards him, my people, my subjects, it is time for your lord to rule over the cosmos. Now, the first thing we had to take care of are those pesky Ususukis. As all of them simply nodded at that, as Naruto looked towards the 50 Ususuki members, they have become stronger after following their lord. They have so many power of the other planets running through their veins. They were ready to take their revenge on those pure-blooded Ususuki members. As Naruto smirked and nodded at that, and now a gigantic portal appeared in the sky as all of them rushed inside of it. While on the other hand, far away in the planet of the Ususukis, a council of the Ususuki clan member was present. All the members of the Ususuki were present here. As Momoshiki, one of the high-ranking Ususuki members, spoke up. He was the brother of Momoshiki. As he looked towards his lord, my brother Momoshiki has disappeared in one of these planets. We have to find him, otherwise we do not know who is this person who is hunting down our Ususuki clan member as the king of the Ususuki clan. Kin Ususuki looked towards the brother of Momoshiki. Do not worry, we are already investigating about this thing. Whoever this person is somehow absorbing the power, the natural power of the planets as well. We do not know how they are doing this, as all the other Ususuki clan members' eyes narrowed at that. The only race in the whole of the cosmos of the universe who can absorb the power of a planet was none other than the Ususuki clan, but they have to use the god tree for that purpose, and that require a lot of ritual and many other things. But now it seems that somehow someone has found a better way and a faster way. As in the sky, a portal appeared as all of the Usushi clan members were shocked. They were just thinking that they would have to get this new way to absorb the power of a planet for themselves, and then they noticed a strange feeling as a gigantic portal appeared in the sky. As several figures started to appear from this portal, they could sense the power, the immense power that was radiating from these beings was something else. As all the other Ususuki members looked towards each other, as the main branch member had a ugly look on their faces. This kind of power, they have already surpassed the members of the main branch. As all of them looked towards the portal, from there, Naruto's army finally appeared. The dragons roared towards the Ususuki members as the other figures like Madara Uchiha activating their the Rinnegan, as well as Hagoromo and the other figures finally appear when the brother of Momoshiki looked towards his brother that was also present there was in utter shock as Naruto simply smirked towards all of them as he said, "Well, it is time for you people to become my subjects." As Naruto smirked at that, as Naruto gave a signal as his army launched towards the Ususuki members who were in utter shock. As the king of the Ususuki's eyes narrowed towards Naruto, the amount of power he was feeling from Naruto was no lesser than his own as he finally stood up from his throne as his people has already started the fight with the other army members of Naruto, while on the other hand, Naruto looked towards the king of the Ususuki clan as both of them did not say anything, as both of them disappeared from the ground and appeared in the cosmos. As King Ususuki looked towards Naruto, I must say that your power, it feels a lot different than chakra, but you do possess chakra, though it is also twisted, mixed with something. You have truly contaminated depleted our pure chakra with your abomination of a power. As Naruto burst into laughter, do you honestly believe that, you king of the Usuki? In my eyes, you are nothing more than that. After all, just a parasite living on others, while I, on the other hand, have the power of life and death itself. As King Usuke's eyes narrowed towards Naruto, his strange Dojutsu looked towards Naruto, one of his eyes opened. That was none other than Jogan. I can see your power. I must say that I have never seen something like this, but it doesn't matter. Once I have taken you down and my people have taken down your so-called army, we will definitely study you and find out that why do you have this kind of power, and it will definitely help us. You are the one who is absorbing the power of those planets, aren't you? As Naruto smirked at that. So what if I am? As the king of the Usuki burst into laughter. That is just perfect. For a long time, we have to use the chakra fruit so that we can get the power of the chakra fruit from the chakra tree, and we have to rely on it, but it requires too much time. Many planets even require 10 centuries for a single chakra fruit to appear there, and we even have to sacrifice our branch members, and they require a lot of time to revive themselves. So it is not very, you can say, for wide use. Even I myself have not eaten that much chakra fruits, but with your method, we will be able to take the power of those planets for ourselves. As Naruto looked towards the Usuki. Well then, why don't you become my subject? I always am rather generous. I will distribute the power of those planets to you as long as you become my subject. As king of the Usuki glared towards Naruto. Alright then, enough talk. With that, he disappeared. As he appeared in front of Naruto with blinding speed, his hand already look lunging towards Naruto, but Naruto casually moved his hand as he grabbed the wrist of the Usuki clan member. As the shockwave appeared, as the ripple started to appear in the cosmos, as the king of the Usuki's eyes narrowed. I must say that you're stronger than I previously thought. Well, let's see how powerful you truly are. As his Jogan started to glow, as Naruto could feel it, something was trying to penetrate into his soul to try to take control of his soul. But Naruto smirked at that. The soul is his specialty. As Naruto smirked at that, as he quickly and casually destroyed the chakra that entered his body, as Naruto slammed his fist on the face of the king of the Usushi clan. But he was able to stop the attack of Naruto with a silent barrier that appeared between the attack and his face. As King simply smirked at that, as Naruto smirked back, as both of them started to fight against each other, as a shockwave of power was destroying the many small moons that were surrounding the Usushi clan planet, while on the other hand, the Usushi clan members were fighting against the immortal army of Naruto. It was completely, cannot be say completely one-sided, but the Usushis were definitely at disadvantage. Mainly the main branch members, they were sending the branch members to fight, while the main one were trying to run away, but Naruto had already realized that that was the reason Hagoromo had used his Rinnegan to quickly sealed away this time and space, so they cannot use the space-time to disappear from there, while on the other hand Minato, using the flying Raijin, was fighting against many Otsutsuki members with pure speed. He was able to take down many of them, as well as Menma and Mito, who now had the power of the Otsutsuki clan, were also fighting against many Otsutskis. Mainly Hashirama and Madara were truly a menace on the battlefield, as the battle was quickly going on the side of Naruto, even though many of his army members were not as powerful as the Otsutsuki clan members, but they were immortal and they have the advantage of numbers. Just think about it. Both Naruto Uzumaki and Sasuke Uchiha were at the level of Super Kage level, and they were able to take on the main branch member, the Otsutsuki clan member Momoshiki, and even were able to defeat him. So if you think about it, even the main branch members are not that powerful, and Naruto, who has absorbed so many planets, is distributing his power among many shinobis like Minato, and you can say people like Madara and Hashirama, who were at already at the level of Super Kage. So combined with the power of the planet so powerful, they have already gotten much stronger than the main branch members, and the battle was quickly going one-sided. While on the other hand, the king of the Usushi clan at the moment was also getting a lot injured. He was confused why is this being becoming stronger and stronger as the battle goes on. But unknown to him, Naruto was releasing the summoning after so many Ususuki were taken down. Only the heavy fighters like Madara, Hashirama, Minato, and the other Hagoromo and Hamura were present there. Naruto had already dismissed the other summonings and all of their power had returned back to Naruto, and now the battle was quickly going one-sided in the side of Naruto as Naruto made a gigantic blast of power as he released it towards the king of the Ususuki, who gritted his teeth and tried to dodge the attack, but Naruto's hand glowed, and just like that, the space-time once again constricted, stopping him. But he activated his Jogan, making a gigantic portal in front of him. He was unable to leave using the space-time power, but he was able to make small holes to simply divert the attacks as not to smirk at that as he once again roared in power, and just like that another portal appeared on top of the king of the Usushi clan, and his beam quickly appeared from this portal, slamming into his body, making a gigantic explosion as the king of the Usushi clan member who tried to stop the attack using his arm was now smoking all over his body as Naruto smirked at that. King of the Ususkis, your Ususki clan members are already slaughtered by my army, so why don't you just give up? As the king of the Ususki clan, he already have a link with his other Ususki clan members and he could feel it. Especially to control the branch member, they have made this link and now he could feel it. Many of his Usushi clan members have been destroyed and many of them were taken, captured. And now he looked towards Naruto in utter hatred. The Usushi clan was the strongest clan in the cosmos. They had become so powerful that they even called themselves gods, and now realizing that a mortal in front of him was so powerful that he was able to take down his Usushi clan, he cannot accept that. He will never accept that. Father, help me, as he roared on top of his head. And while in the far away, a figure was floating there, but he opened both of his eyes that were none other than the Jogan eyes. As Naruto's eyes narrowed, he could feel it. Something was trying to enter in this dimension, but he did not have the power to enter. But suddenly, a beam of power slammed into the body of the king of the Ususkis. As he burst into laughter, all of his wounds were healed away. Now you die, Uzumaki Naruto. As Naruto simply looked towards him, well, I did not expect that, but it is time. As Naruto closes his eyes, his aura started to change as his power started to increase rapidly. While far away, the final Ususuki clan member was killed off by Naruto. As all the other summonings finally dismissed themselves, as Naruto opened his eyes, his armor was in pure power. The power of all the monarchs, the power of so many planets, the power of the Ususkis, and the power of all the shinobis that ever walked the shinobi world finally was inside of Naruto. With a single hand, Naruto grabbed the fist of the Ususuki clan member as Naruto looked towards him. It is over. Now you die. With that, Naruto moved as a huge, gigantic dragon fist appeared in the hand of Naruto. As Naruto released the attack, as a huge face of dragon roared as he opened his mouth and finally engulfed the king of the Ususuki clan member, who roared in unwillingness, and just like that, he was no longer alive. As Naruto looked in the direction where he felt it, that being, whoever it was no longer belong to this dimension. He no longer can enter this dimension, but Naruto was very afraid. But sooner or later, he will take care of him as well. As Naruto finally appeared on the planet of the Ususuki, and released some of his people who started to gather the bodies of the Usushi clan. As Naruto closes his eyes and spoke up, now arise. And with that, all the members of the Usushi clan that were killed off, even the king of the Usushi clan, and those who were killed off by his army were finally revived. As Naruto looked towards all the Usukis and finally dismissed them, and when Naruto absorbed it, his eyes widened. The power he was feeling, it was immense. The Usushi clan member have absorbed so many planets' power for themselves, and Naruto could feel it. His power was increasing rapidly as Naruto let out a roar. With that, a small universe appeared in the cosmos as Naruto burst into laughter. This was the power he always wanted for himself, and now there was no doubt that Naruto, the Shadow Monarch, was the new emperor of the universe. And now let us have a small time skip. In this time, Naruto's army, mainly consisting of the Usuki members, have invaded the other planets and finally started to conquer them. as Naruto have even made a better way for him to absorb the power of the cosmos without destroying the planets. After all, he do not want all the universe to go to darkness one day. He could absorb the power of all the planets in the cosmos, but what would even be the meaning of that? To begin with, after all, he wants to become an emperor, not the emperor of nothingness. And Naruto, who was looking towards his queen, Kaguya, sitting on his lap as Naruto looked towards his soldiers, his army, and his empire, as a huge smirk came to his face, but then suddenly he felt it. As Naruto closes his eyes, as he opened his eyes, in front of him were several figures that were looking towards him. So it seemed that a new higher being has finally entered to our realm. As Naruto looked towards all of these beings, they seem to be transcended from the universe to the multiverse level. As Naruto smirked at that. So this is what lies beyond the universe. I just love it. As Naruto smirked at that, in front of him was the previous king of the Usuki clan. Remember, the father of King Usuki, as his eyes narrowed at that, but Naruto gave him a provocative look but did not say anything. As finally the other being spoke up, now you do not belong to the universe level, now you are at the multiverse level. We welcome you, Naruto, the monarch of shadows. As Naruto simply smirked at that, and I welcome myself. But hey guys, I'm gonna end this series here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe it will have a second season of this story, but mainly I have decided to end this story. So hopefully you guys like it. And yeah guys, I have uploaded many other series on this channel as well. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace. And yeah guys, if you guys have not seen those series, please guys check it out. That would be a lot of help to me. Mainly what if Naruto was neglected and took the system from transmigrators. So that is a good series. I have already uploaded 3 parts of it. The link is in the description below or in my channel. So please guys see it and see you soon. Peace.